Hi, welcome back to my channel Azure Learn. Today we are going to discuss about how do we upload terabytes of data into Azure. Have you any time thought that how do you upload terabytes of data into Azure without using your network bandwidth? Maybe you might have uploaded few MB files, maybe few GB files, but it's going to be always difficult to keep on sending terabytes of data using your regular network bandwidth, isn't it? Yes, that's when I would like to introduce you to Azure Data Box Disk. What is Azure Data Box Disk is all about? It's a quick, inexpensive and reliable way of sending terabytes of data from your on-premise data centers to Azure. Secure data transfer happens through the solid state disk drives. Yes, what the picture that you are seeing here, the Microsoft Data Box Disk, is an SSD. You might be thinking, what's the use case? So let me explain you few of the scenarios. You can use this for your one-time migration. That means when large amount of data from your on-premise would like to be moved to Azure. Okay, so typically whatever you have accumulated over a period of time, and then you are offloading that kind of storage purposes into Azure by getting rid of the on-premise hardware and other maintenance associated with that. Okay, so the other scenario could be the incremental transfer. That means initially you have a bulk transfer to be done, and post that there is a regular usage of the same data storage that you would be incrementally using it to store some data. So in that scenario also, so the first one is something wherein you would like to archive the data. The second one is wherein initially you would like to move the data and then again continue with that after that, right? And the third one, the periodic uploads of any of the data that keeps getting accumulated, maybe in a shorter span, every now and then the data keeps getting accumulated. So for example, in energy exploration, where video content is generated on oil rigs and windmill farms, etc., right? So these kind of scenarios, you can make use of this Azure Data Box Disk. How does it work? It's very simple. You order, you receive the disk, fill the disk with the relevant data, return the disk, and once it reaches the Azure Regional Data Center, it gets uploaded. That's it. Post uploading, Microsoft is going to wipe the disk clean and then return it to you. Have a look whether the live data coming from IoT devices or maybe from your on-premise, you plan either to send it online or offline. When you think of offline, that is when you would think of Azure Data Box Disk. Here in this diagram, you are seeing Azure Data Box Disk, Data Box Heavy. So Data Box Heavy would come into picture when you have petabytes of data, and the Data Box and Data Box Heavy are currently not available in India. For India now, we have the Azure Data Box Disk. Let's talk about that. So first, you are going to prepare the hard drive using the import-export client tool and encrypt it with BitLocker. Okay, and you would be creating an import job from Azure portal. These are the two steps, initial two steps, and then you would be shipping the hard drive to the data center, Azure Regional Data Center, and the regional carrier delivers the hard drive to the data center. So once this shipping activity done, then the hard drive or the hard drives are processed at the data center. The data is copied from the hard drive to the storage account, and then the hard drives are packaged for return shipping, and the hard drive reaches you back. So this is how the entire cycle happens with the import job flow. The import and export, two activities. Import job means you are going to upload something into Azure. Export means you are trying to bring something out of Azure. These are the two jobs that you can create. So now you might be thinking, what are my benefits? Yes, it's easy to use. It uses the USB connectivity. That means almost no setup time. It's just a plug and play. And the form factor is very small, making it easy to handle. It doesn't require any external power requirements. Okay, so even if you are trying to make a server or a desktop or a laptop to be copied and then put it into hard drive, that is compatible. And you can track the entire journey of this drive from the time you create the import job in the Azure portal till to the time it comes back to you, the disks. All that you can track it through Azure portal. It's secure. The disks are tamper resistant and the disks are encrypted with 128-bit encryption, and it can only be unlocked with a key provided in the Azure portal. Okay, and once the data is uploaded into Azure, the disks are wiped clean, and this in compliance with 88R1 standards. Coming to the technical specifications, for India there is a special count. That means we can have 10 disks per order, and I would like to highlight here. Rest of the world it is 8 TB disk up to 5, that means making it up to 40 TB per order. However, for India it is 1 TB disk and 10 can be accommodated in box. For your information, I am giving you 1 TB disks up to 10 disks per box per order can be put. It supports the 128 BitLocker encryption. USB 3.1 is the connection, or even SATA 2 or SATA 3 connections. 2.5-inch solid state disk drive, and it supports Windows 7, 8 and 10, or even this Windows Server 2008, 20 and 16 and 19 also. It even supports the non-Windows operating systems like Linux, CentOS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7+, Ubuntu, Debian. Okay, and it doesn't require any external power as described some time back. The supported Azure storage types. Where are you going to put your data into Azure? Into blob, page blob, or into Azure files? And even if you are managing anything with managed disks, these are the locations where you can import the data into. Now let's come and have a look on what's the pricing. For 1 unit order processing fee, this is the rack price, and it might keep changing. Request you to check the prices online or with your cloud solution provider. The daily disk usage fee, per disk per day there would be a charge. Now you might be asking, what is per disk per day charge? It is something like first 3 days including the day of delivery, it would be considered as 1 day, and beyond that 3-day grace period, each and every day there would be a fee charged. And standard shipping fee, which is 1 full round trip, there is a charge. So this is about the pricing. And storage rates and transaction fee, that is completely different from this data box disk. That is as usual what is there with the Azure storage. This is the Azure portal. Whenever you would like to create the data box service, click on data box and say create. Select the subscription, select the resource group, or if you would like to create new, you can create new. Select the type, transfer type, and select the country, India, and destination, Azure region. So choice is yours, whether you would like to have Central India, South India, West India. Select it and then say apply. As I was telling you, the 8 TB disks counting up to 5 per order, that is mounting to 40 TB, is currently not available in India, and even the data box or the data box heavy is not available in India. We have this send your own disks of 1 TB onwards. This is send up to 10 disks per order, and it supports SATA SSD, and it supports Azure blobs and Azure files, and it can copy data to one storage account, SATA 2 or 3 interface. Click on select and select the type of service that you would like to create. Here I would like to create an import job, and then give a name, Next import. Select the subscription, select the resource group, or if you would like to create new, choice is yours. Say OK. And once this first step is done, the second step is where you would be uploading the journal files. What is this journal file? This is nothing but the Windows Azure import and export tool is going to create a .jrn file which would have the drive encryption detail, drive ID, and other associated information with what you have copied into the drive. And if you have not used the import and export tool, you will have to click on this and then download. And once you click on it and download, it would get downloaded. And in the interest of time, I'm going to show you one file just selecting like this, and this uploading may take some time. In the interest of time, I am pausing the video here, and I'm going to show you the rest two screens in the PPT itself with appropriate screenshots. So the second step, once you upload the journal file, select the storage account and select the drop-off location. Say OK. And for this third step, I would like to highlight you that you will have to have either a FedEx or a DHL account created for you, and it should have sufficient funds to carry out the transaction, that is the shipping. So create the carrier account in case if you have not done either with the DHL or FedEx. Enter the carrier account number, give the return address, and then say OK. Go through the complete summary where it is going to go, and then all seem to be fine. Then click OK. So this is how you are going to create an import job using Azure Data Box Disk. Hope the information was helpful in knowing how do you upload terabytes of data into Azure. And if you have liked this video, please do give a big thumbs up, share the video, leave comments, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.